Look at all of you punctual people.
Every meeting nandito na. That could wait.
I know I'm logged in.
Good to see so many names, not so many faces, but I guess that comes with the territory. There's some faces. How's that crazy weather for everyone tonight? Yeah, Lori Arneal and I were here at school, and we had that lightning and thunder show. It was pretty crazy. Then some hail outside. So I was calling my kids to check on them at home. They're like, Mom, we're fine. I forget that they're not little anymore.
What is happening?
Angelica, that picture of Jonas when he's
Whoops.
little. Oh my gosh.
I know, he's grown so much.
Oh, so cute.
You sent me the
Hi,
link for signs.
Christopher. Christopher, are you joining our meeting?
No, wait, what's going on here?
Very good. Can I send it over to you? Can you run the meeting?
Run the meeting, Christopher.
The pictures.
No, that's okay.
No.
At about 50 people right now. We'll wait. We just got a third page added, so we're getting there. We'll wait a few more minutes. I was hoping to do this meeting in person in the hall, but just being a little more cautious, and honestly with the weather tonight, it worked out well that we didn't, I guess. Nobody wants to go out there. Blue, did I see you on there?
She wanted to say hi to Christopher.
Oh, and he blows her a kiss. So sweet. We've got the Career family puppy dog. This is fun. I like this. So cute. All right, we're getting there. Just another minute or two. We'll just pretend we're mulling around having coffee together in the hall.
Progress.
I had to remove all my Valentine snacks from the back here. I don't want you guys to think, you know, I go too crazy on sweets. But lots of you guys are very generous with the chocolates, which thank you.
Remove or secretly eat?
You what?
I said remove or secretly eat. No shame, no shame at all.
You know, if I happen to pass it over to somebody else and nobody sees me and I come back with a little dark chocolate smeared on my face, you know what happened.
You don't want to be rude to the children.
No, definitely not. I have to.
Cannot be rude. You have to eat every piece.
Have to.
Have to.
Absolutely. All right, I think we'll give it maybe one more minute and then we'll get going. And then I have consultant who's on here tonight who's going to help us with chat if there's questions, because I'll be sharing my screen and we have a few people who will be sharing about some different events in our community. Right, people are getting logged on. I got smart tonight. I did not put a waiting room on, so I didn't have to constantly monitor that. So, and just you were probably informed when you came on, but I am recording tonight just in case someone was not able to make it. They'll be able to come back and watch it.
Yeah.
For a second. I would like that in my view, but
Like I'll give you a bonus to bring in money?
All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and get going because I know you guys probably have lots of Tuesday night things to do. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start sharing my screen.
For retreats, parent classes, we will get Claudia taking care of that. Like she sent us.
All right, can everyone see St. Joseph Catholic School parent meeting right there? Oops, I just took it off. There it goes. All right, is that what's coming up for everyone? I have split screen, so it's always a little odd on here. All right, well, welcome to our St. Joseph Catholic School Spring Parent Meeting. We're very excited to be able to share with you guys a lot of what's been going on at school, what's coming up. Believe it or not, with it being February, it just leaves us 3 or 4 months until the end of school, and we have so much planned in that time frame. So we're anxious to get to share that with you and make these plans and really enjoy these last few months of school. So as we always do, let's go ahead and start in prayer together in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Oh Lord, give us the wisdom and the courage to help our children as you would, to develop them in a Christ-like love for all people, to nurture in them a desire to give and not simply to take, and to teach them to be doers of your holy word. We ask this through the intercession of Mary, Saint Joseph, and all the angels and saints. Amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, as I mentioned, we have a lot to go through and talk about tonight. And I've got slides that'll guide us all through that. Just some general Zoom meeting information. I'm sure lots of you guys have been on lots of Zoom meetings over the last 2 years. Please make sure, unless you have a question or something you need to speak out loud, please make sure and stay muted. And then if you have a question, if you could put it in chat, I'm going to try and keep an eye on that. And then of course, my consultative board members are going to be monitoring the chat as well. And we'll be able to get all your questions answered tonight. All right, so God's been good to our soul. So it's been a nice theme this year for us to go through. And as the song says, mountain high, if you see the kids do it, mountain high and valley low. God's been good to my soul. It's been one of those years at St. Joseph where we've had a lot of highs and then of course a lot of challenges. And this has been the perfect song for us, hopefully coming out of what's been going on the last 2 years and really moving on and looking forward to what our Lord has in store for us for our future. So speaking of that, we're just going to go right out the gate and go into COVID-19 updates. Hopefully this will be a shorter conversation than in meetings in past. We're hoping to get past this. Wouldn't it be great to have a meeting without even talking about this? I think we're getting closer. So good thing for those of you that watch, the numbers are down in Orange County. We obviously had a severe spike over Christmas and coming out of it. We certainly, as you guys saw in emails, we had cases here on campus. We're not on campus, but we had cases that affected the people on campus, both the students and the teachers, but we were very successful in mitigating them and not having any spread, and we've done really well with it. A lot of that reason is you all have continually done a great job monitoring your kids' health. You've been great at keeping them home when they need to stay home, informing us if anything was going on. So great job. I know I did send out the letter from Dr. Barisano. She ironically composed that today and sent it out. So it was good timing with our meeting tonight, because I'm sure a lot of you guys have questions regarding exactly what's happening. I know there have been lots of news stories and information coming out. And I know for myself personally, it's hard to know when I have people on both sides of the issue, and we're trying to make sure everyone feels safe and everyone is taken care of. What Dr. Barisano explained in that letter is that this is larger than the diocese. This is larger than us. We're waiting for our guidance to come from the state of California. So please know that the diocese is working hard on it. We're constantly monitoring the situation, and we will have an update to you as soon as anything comes out regarding the situation. If you guys have any questions on who to contact, your state representative or your area representative is always someone good to have an ear of. I was telling a few of my friends, I actually, with my husband doing what he does, being the chief of police, I get to be police chief wife sometimes, which is a little nerve-wracking, but we ended up seeing Senator Josh Newman on Sunday, and I was chatting with him and it came up, and it was interesting to talk to him about it and share my perspective, not only as a leader here at the school, but my own personal opinions on everything as well. So if you have that opportunity to pass on your feelings to someone at the state level who really makes a difference, I definitely encourage you to do so. But if you have not read Dr. Barisano's letter, please make sure and read it. I emailed it out today, and we should be able to go from there. All right. I know there's a question in chat from one of our parents asking when they will be made optional. They are reviewing, as it said in the letter, they're reviewing this on February 28th, and we're hoping for some good news at that point. So we're holding on. All right, moving on from there. So fundraising announcements. We do have some information about fundraising. That's always an exciting topic here at St. Joe's, right? All right, so just some updates on what has already happened. We already had our readathon. We were very successful at that. We hit our mark plus some. And then also our golf tournament. I'm pleased to announce, I think I did put it in the newsletter, but we made about $37,000 on the golf tournament, which was above where we wanted to come in. So thank you to Kathleen McAlizzi and her team, who did such an amazing job on the golf tournament this year. It was so much fun for everyone to attend. It was sold out, which is incredible. I think people are so happy to be out and doing things, and especially supporting Catholic education. So thank you for all your hard work, Kathleen, and all of your team. So with that, we do have a couple fundraising things coming up for the rest of the year. So the gift card donations for the $25 were due on Monday. I did send out emails to anyone who had not turned them in yet. So if you received one of those, make sure and turn in that $25 gift card by the end of this week. The other item, or there's two more items that are on our fundraising commitment for the year. And one of them is the Jog-A-Thon. So wanted to let you know that our Jog-A-Thon is scheduled for Friday, April 29th. This is right after we come back from spring break. So probably about 2 weeks before spring break, I will start sending out, myself and the Jog-A-Thon team will start sending out information on our theme, on the 99 pledges. With the fundraising commitment, our ask or our requirement is that every family bring in $100 worth of pledges. And we will do that. We won't do it per lap. It'll be a flat pledge amount, just kind of like the read-a-thon, but the kids will get out and get moving and have some fun. And we'll have that Jog-A-Thon on the 29th. We'll do all kinds of fun prize levels, just like we did for the read-a-thon, and just make it a really, really fun time for the kids. And if you signed up for the Jog-A-Thon committee on our commitments at the beginning of the year, I'll be contacting you within the next probably week to set up an appointment for us all to meet and come up with a theme and decide on some fun things for the kids. So then our last fundraising commitment for the year is just like we did last year. It's our PSA involvement. So for those of you that don't know what PSA is, it's Pastoral Services Appeal. So we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about that. And I did see that Father Miguel is on the call, so he will be coming in and talking a little bit about this as well. So Pastoral Services Appeal is run through the Diocese of Orange as well as the Orange Catholic Foundation. And I'll just read it right from here. This is bad etiquette for presenting things. Don't tell your kids I'm doing this, but the Pastoral Services Appeal helps to support the ministries of our diocesan church and strengthens the mission of the church in all of our parishes and centers, and helps to strengthen our bonds of communication and family in our local church. So basically what the diocese does is it gives every church in the diocese a requirement of what they should raise. So the requirement or the assessment for St. Joseph Church is $123,000. What we do with the PSA is that the PSA ask is put out there. Any money above that $123,000 comes directly back to the parish, where Father Miguel and his team work together to figure out where it is most needed. Last year, Father Miguel very, very generously allocated 40% of that to come back to us. So we are receiving $80,000 on that. That money has gone into budget from last year, as well as making sure our STEM lab is ready to go for our smart lab, which is going to be installed. We'll talk about that later. So for this year, our parish goal overall is $300,000. So we went up to, I believe, Father Miguel told me earlier, we received $326,000 last year. So we believe that this is completely doable for our community. All right, so it brings up that question, what will we do for our community? Last year, as I said, Father Miguel allocated 40% of that rebate to come back to us. This year, we are focusing on our youth. So St. Joseph Catholic School is a ministry of St. Joseph Church. So we work together on this. With the Pastoral Services Appeal this year, with the rebate, what Father Miguel and the team has worked on is that we will be resurfacing the playground. If anyone has been out to the playground recently, it is about 12 years old. The life of the little spongy thing underneath, that's the not the technical term, the spongy surface underneath the playground has a life of about 10 years. So we are a little bit overdue on it. There was no depreciation funds that were carried through. So it is something that needs to be repaired out of funds. There's actually chunks coming up. So as part of that rebate, the playground will be resurfaced on the bottom. And then we will also be working on the field. So who remembers the field at the beginning of the school year? I know it was brown. It was, the sprinklers are not functioning. It's graded. It's been out there so long that it's down to sand. So the even the green that's out there right now isn't super deep. So the moment it starts getting hot out there again, that's all going to go back to the dirt. So we're going to be, Jerry, our maintenance person, is bringing in a civil engineer to work on grading make sure that everything is proper, look at the irrigation. There's even talk of possibly putting a track around there that our kids can enjoy, but really making sure that the field looks really good and is very usable for us and the parish. The other area where the funds will be going is in the church youth room. That hasn't been updated in quite a while. And when you have a bunch of teenagers in a room, you know that has to be done sometimes. So that'll be exciting. And then the very last thing, and I hope all of you are excited for this, we're bringing back Vacation Bible School. We're bringing back VBS this summer. So this is going to be very, very exciting for our families, very exciting for our kids to be able to enjoy, and exciting for our teams to be able to come in, work their service hours, to be able to serve our community. And just, it's really, if you haven't experienced VBS, it's a week of pure joy for our kids, just joy in the love of our Lord. Father, would you like to add on to the PSA information?
Yes, of course. BBS is going to be free of charge for all of our students or any of the kids of the parish that want to be part of it. So PSA will cover the cost of making sure that all the kids that want to be part of it. No, we're not going to be asking for any support or assistance for BBS. It's going to be free of charge. Just be part of PSA.
Wonderful.
Aside from that, I want to thank everyone for their support. I have been appraised for 19 years, and I've never seen the support that we've gotten in our parish this past year. I mean, we have broken records like you can't believe it in support. The fact that the school is getting from last year's PSA over $80,000 plus, of monies that go directly to helping the school. You can't do a fundraiser as well as PSA. All you have to do is support it. There's no work involved. You're just getting the entire community involved in supporting the overall arching ministries of the diocese. For that, I'm very thankful. We have broken records, and I'm very pleased, very happy, and very thankful for your support. And we want, and we need that again, because the more support that we get, the more that we're going to be able to beautify our parish, our campus, for your kids, for your students, for our faith community. And we're just going to be proud of this place. But we need everyone to participate. You can't go wrong with being part of PSA. We're Catholic. We have to support the bishop's ministries, which is the overall ministries of the diocese. But at the same time, we are benefiting our community. And one of the things that we want to focus on, as Mrs. Hawley said today, is the youth, which is the future of our church. For those of us that are 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever plus years, I mean, yeah, okay, fine, we've had our time, but we have to make way for the new generations, and we want to be able to hand over a beautiful, thriving community, and we need to focus on them. And that's our students, that's the young people in our parish. We want to be able to have the best facilities that we can have for them, and focus on making sure they understand and comprehend and embrace the faith that we have as Christians. So I invite you to be part of it. And in about 2 weekends, we're going to start our PSA campaign. Please be part of it. You can't go wrong by supporting PSA, because we're helping the bishop on one side. On the other side, we're supporting your own children, our students, which is the future of this community. And if we don't focus on that, then what's our future? But I know, because of the support that you have given us, that we're going to do profoundly great within this PSA campaign. Support it, be part of it. Can't go wrong with that.
Thank you, Father. Absolutely. Completely agree. So looking over here at this slide, just really quick, I did want to point out, this is a rendering of our playground that they had on file at the company who built our playground 12 years ago. This is what the new flooring will look like. We'll go with a dark blue with, it's a blue-black mix. So just to give you a reference, changing that out cost $30,000. So this is not cheap to do. You can understand why this was going to be a big undertaking for us, considering there's chunks out of it now. It's something that needed to be done immediately. And we're so blessed that Father's going to be, helping us with this. One other thing I wanted to show on here, there are awnings over that play structure. This is our play structure. However, they have those awnings on there as a reference for us. I actually have a quote to do those awnings, but it's about $20,000 because everything costs money. So one of the things we're going to be looking at, we're going to talk about the Brewfest tonight. One of the things we'd like to do with proceeds from the Brewfest is put those awnings out onto our play structure. There's no trees out there. It would be nice for our kids to have a little bit of shade out there, but again, it's expensive. So just wanted to point that out since I have the renderings up there.
You have a question on the VBS hours, if you
Sure.
know them?
VPS hours are usually about, I think they're 8 to 12, because they do not eat lunch there. So it's usually a half day, Monday through Friday.
Mrs. Holly, would you want to give them the dates? Because I do see a
Yes.
question about dates.
Yes.
We have that on the schedule, so that
I
is already
do.
planned. And so we're.
Oh, yes.
we're open, yes.
So July 11th through the 15th. So you guys are planning all your vacations now. Make sure and plan them around VBS so that your kids can get that done. Anyone who's trying to earn service hours for high school, for confirmation, for middle school, it's we're not sure if we're having a preschool at VBS. We're hoping to. It just depends on what volunteers we get to run it, but it'll definitely be open for kindergarten through 5th grade to actually attend VBS, and then 6th, 7th, 8th, and up, all the teenagers get to come in and volunteer. Mary Murphy said it's 9 to 12. Thank you, Mary. That's perfect. We also are going to, and we'll talk about this later, I'll send out an email for interest, but we also need volunteers to help run VBS. If any of you feel called to run the entire program, yay, come and see me. If you just want to do kitchen crew or Bible adventures or the video crew, something like that, please let us know, because we're definitely going to be getting into that phase where we start to put together our volunteers. Oh, Layla Spriggs, happy to help at VBS. Thank you. That's awesome. It's going to be, I love that week. It's brings me as much joy as it brings the kids. Love it, love it. And the theme this year, you can see it on there. It's monumental, celebrating God's greatness. Okay, so details on PSA, going back to that, the brochures will be sent home in your Monday envelope on February 28th. Please prayerfully consider your pledge. We don't put a specific amount on the pledges. We ask you to prayerfully consider what your family can afford. They can either be done, this pledge can either be done in one donation that you give, or it can be broken up into 10 months. My family chooses to break it up into 10 months. It's whatever works for you. The one thing we can say, our expectation of you, because this is one of our fundraising requirements, our expectation is that everybody, all families participate in some way. If all you can afford is $10 and that's your participation, prayerfully think about that. And if that's what you can do, that's what you can do. If you can do 100, amazing. If you can do 1,000, even better. But it's up to you as to how much you're going to give. But we're requiring everyone in our school to support as members of our community. One little note. Oh, Father has his hand up. You're such a good student, Father. Father Miguel, yes.
Yes, Mrs. Holly, since Mr. Michael Costello is away from the screen, I'm going to say that he's going to be donating about $5,000 to PSA. So I'm committing him to that.
Nice.
But yes, just be part of it.
Yeah.
We're not asking anyone to give a specific amount. Now, Mr. Costello is going to do 5,000, which is fine. He can afford that, and he probably can afford more, but it's okay for him to be able to do that. The rest of us, little people, just do the best that you can and think into the future. And by participating in a PSA, it's not just the school parents. You're bringing everyone involved, and by that, I can guarantee you that last year we had 630 pledges. This year, I'm sure we're going to go beyond that, and we're going to have a much more profound participation when it comes to this. Because how could you go wrong investing in our future, which is the children of our parish? We're going to be so successful. So just think into the future. Whether it's one payment, I do one payment, one single check for my PSA. Mrs. Holly does a monthly payment. Think about it, pray about it. Just make sure you do something, get everyone involved. Thank you, Ms. Holly.
Thank you, Father. Just one note on this, and this was on your fundraising agreement at the beginning of the year. We do ask that these pledge cards, first of all, they come through us so that we can mark them down. If you do make a one-time payment or do something online, just print it out so that we see it and we can mark you down. Or if you put it into the basket at church, because we'll be out, not this weekend, but the next weekend, we'll be at all the masses. If you do, just let us know so that we can mark you down. Because just like the gift cards that we collect, Pam keeps a list of it so we can make sure that everyone's fulfilling their commitment on it. If for some reason you don't turn it in by March 18th, it's one of those situations where we do charge you. Yeah. Is this in addition, Liza's asking if this is in addition to the fundraising commitment from the beginning of the year? No, this was already listed on the one from the beginning of the year. So this was on our, I think I have one here, our fundraising contribution agreement sheet that looked like this. So it's one of the line items that was already on there was participation in this.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, any questions on PSA? You have Father Miguel's captive audience. If anyone has any Father Miguel questions. Okay. All right, well, moving on from there, I'm actually going to hand it over to Lori Arneal, who's going to talk about finances for the 2022-23 school year.
Okay, so can you hear me? Because I'm having technical difficulties with my computer. So I'm using my iPhone as my audio and my computer for the visual. So anyway, in any case, thank you. And of course, looking forward, everybody's always interested in tuition for the next year. We are in the exact same position we were last year. At this time, we just received the schedule of teacher salaries. And so with that information, now we have to finish up the budget. There will be an increase in tuition. We don't know what it will be yet. We, of course, prayerfully consider, we look at everything. That is why the commitments that Mrs. Holly was talking about are so very important. And I do believe we've streamlined it between the fundraising, the script, and the service commitments, but especially the fundraising commitment. We have, starting off the year with the readathon, then we have a gift card, we have the golf tournament. Then after the first of the year, we have another gift card, we have the PSA, and then the Jog-A-Thon. It is very streamlined, very simple, and it is very, very important that you participate in everything. So that being said, that those are the things by participating, prayerfully considering, especially with the PSA, what you can give, because anything that you exceed over the $100 goes directly to our bottom lines and helps keep our tuition down. So we will be looking carefully at all of those numbers. So, and I know that, let me see, we will definitely have the tuition amount by March 1st. Okay, so we'll be working on that and crunching the numbers over the next few weeks. But we do know the registration will remain the same. It's $580. If you choose the payment plan, you will be billed $195 on 3/22, $195 on April 20th, and $190 on May 20th. So, but if you'd rather, you can do an early bird discount if you do pay $560 by the 15th of March. Okay, and all that's right there. It's exactly what we did last year. If you do want to do the $560, we do need that. You pay the $560 in fax, or you drop off cash or check to the office. Supplemental fees that will be billed in fax are a $20 NatMat fee for full day preschool students, TK, and kindergarten. That will be billed in July. And then also the technology fee for 2nd through 8th grade. That will be billed also in July. Good news is financial aid is open, and you will have your decisions by May 14th. I believe the due date for that is, I can't believe I don't have that on there, is April 27th. Okay, so right at the end of April, it gives you time to get your taxes done, If you do not get your taxes done, you file an extension, please, please, please still apply for financial aid if that is something your family needs. We can still process it with your financial information that you input, but that isn't finalized. As soon as you get your tax information or your taxes completed, then you send that in. But it's super important because we know that sometimes this does make a decision or does help you make your decision. So we want to help you there if we can. Any questions, you can contact me via email or here in the office. And I think that's about it. Oh, so
Lori, I was terrible. I was not, I didn't follow along with what you were talking about. So there we go. If you want to, sorry,
You were not
I
terrible
forgot
at
you had
all.
another slide.
Okay, so, but I think this just kind of just reaffirms that we are going to be sticking with 25 students per class. And so that way we know that we're giving you that commitment to a low student teacher ratio, which is the current class sizes we currently have. The applications for the new school year for new students is now open. We will be doing the auto enrollment, which is exactly what we did last year. But we do still need you to update personal information if anything's changed, because that is super important. We want to be able to reach out to you, correct emails, addresses, phone numbers, all those things. It's always good to take a look at that information. And then siblings, of course, if you have a child that's coming into preschool or TK, enrollment of siblings, they do go to the front of the line before somebody outside in the community. So please, please let us know if you are thinking about that so we can be sure to save your child a spot. Okay. And that's about it, I think.
I had a conversation with someone who called about second grade. They came to open house and they're very serious about looking to put them in, and our first grade is at 23 students. So it's important for us, especially in situations like that, to really know who's going to be staying next year, so we know what kind of room we have. I was able to tell them on the phone that there were just right now tentatively 2 spots available. So it definitely motivated them to really think about their decision soon. But truly our commitment to you is that you have a spot right now. And that's why we want to get this registration done early, because we cut off these class sizes and make sure and keep them small. We want to make sure that everybody has a spot. I did have a couple questions. One that came directly to me in chat. What is the technology fee? The $50 technology fee for 2nd through 8th grade is $50. That covers enrollment of the Chromebook that is brought in, as well as some of the adaptive program costs that come along with running those Chromebook programs. All right. Okay, we ready to talk about some really fun stuff? I heard a collective cheer out there. I know it was there. Okay. So going back over, Brewfest. See, I told you it would get fun. I'm going to invite Mary Murphy to hop on if she's available to talk to us about Brewfest. She has an amazing committee. They've been meeting since December. It's really hard on them this year because we've not had this before. So they're starting from brand new and they're putting together an amazing event. So Mary, if you want to talk about what's going on.
Hi, hello everyone. So we have our Brewfest coming up. First off, I just want to thank everyone who has been helping me so far do this. And I really appreciate all the hard work, and it's just gonna get more fun. I'm excited. And second, we are in dire need of volunteers for the day. So if you would like to be a member of our brew crew, then please email me. I believe the email is brewfest@sjsplacentia.org. So email me there if you're interested in helping out. I would love to get enough volunteers so that we can do shifts, so we don't have to be working the whole time. We will need volunteers to pour beer. We will need volunteers to help sell raffle tickets, help clean up, help. We're going to have a nacho bar, so I need people to serve nachos. So we'll need a ton of volunteers, and I would really love to have enough that we can all have a little fun also. So please, if you are available May 14th, and please send me an email because I'd love to get you down on the list. And you'll have a label on your shirt that says Brew Crew.
That's cool.
Shh, go away. I'm live. People can hear you. And so the Brewfest will start at 6 p.m. So we will need people. So before that, we also are offering early admittance for 2 of our table packages and for our sponsorship. So for
I
some people,
apologize, I didn't put that on those 2 other packages at the bottom, but that's part of it, yes.
That's okay. So here are our ticket levels. It'll be $75 a person. That's going to include tastings, dinner, and a commemorative pint class, as well as a tasting glass. Yes, those are pants.
Why?
Okay, Mimi has to finish her meeting. I'll be right with you, okay? And then we have our pony keg, which will be 2 admission tickets with early admittance, a reserved cocktail table, and then the tasting dinner and pint glasses and tasting glass for both you and your guests. Then we have the keg, because everybody loves a party. Can't have a party without a keg. Which will include 8 tickets, early admission, reserved seating for 8, tastings, dinner, and 8 pint glasses and tasting glass.
Where's the card?
Okay, can you please talk to Daddy, because I'm in a meeting right now. Very sorry. Everyone ignored me until right now.
And my computer's freaking out, so. Okay, now we're good. Okay, we're back.
Okay. So now here we have our sponsorship levels, and I would love if anyone is interested in sponsorship. These are what we are asking and what we are able to give. We really are excited to offer. I'm really excited about putting. Yeah. Hold on 1 minute, please.
Liza, do you want to share about the sponsorship levels real quick? Because you worked on those a little.
I do. So yes, so we have the 5 different sponsorships available. If you're interested or you need some additional information, you want Mary or myself, or we also have Crystal Duran, who are kind of our sponsorship gurus here. We're happy to help close the deal if maybe you're someone you work for or someone you know may be interested. We can sit there and discuss what those benefits are. There's going to be live music, about 300 people, right, Amanda? Are we possibly 400?
That's what we're aiming for. Like I said, because we've never done this before, it's we're hoping for around 300. I know lots of people at the parish are very excited about this, so yeah. I think it should be good.
It will be really fun. We've got live music. We're going to have snacks. We're going to have some dessert trucks, a whole lot of fun. So we're all really excited. The crew is really excited. We meet weekly. If anybody, like Mary had said, anybody wants to join us, that'd be great. So check out the information. I believe on Monday we'll have another sponsorship flyers going out. That will go more in depth as to what this is. And then in addition to this, obviously, donations. So if you want to donate for Raffles and cash in general, we're happy to take that as well.
Yes, we're going to have raffle baskets that we would love donations for. So if you have a side hustle that you'd like to advertise and give a gift and have it be one of our raffle baskets, we would love it. Or if you, we're also going to, what was I going to say? I can't remember now. But also, like I said, we're going to have our nacho bar. So we would love donations for nacho cheese, chips, but all of that we will be sending out as we get closer to the date, like what specifically we need for like the nacho bar. I know Alex is going to make chili for the nacho bar because it was her idea, and apparently her chili is amazing. And I'm also twisting Mrs. Holly's arm. She's going to make chili for the nacho bar too, so we'll have a little bit of a chili off. I mean, I'm just making the competition up in my head right now.
If you like spicy chili, I'm your girl.
So we're very excited. And as Liza said, we have a meeting tomorrow night at Juniper and Morgan Brewery at 6 p.m. So if anyone wants to come down and have a beer, I believe they'll have a food truck there and hang out. We'd love to have you. And if you're just available to help the day of, we would really appreciate it. Does anyone have, I know we have 2 breweries secured for sure. One is Pizza Port is coming. And then I've blanked on what the other one was. I don't know if whoever is on, whoever secured that one, if they are on the meeting, if they could share what it was.
Ambitious Ales.
Oh, thank you, Crystal. So those are our 2. Those are our 2 that we have right now. Pizza Port is our contact there is my cousin Joshua Shaner. He is the head brewer at Pizza Port, and he's super excited. He's cutting his Mexico vacation short to come for it. So he has said anything I want, and I don't think he understands what I want. I think he's underestimating what I'm going to ask of him. So we're very excited, and we're hoping that the breweries that we've been talking to are going to start nailing down commitments soon. So
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mary. Thank you, Liza. Thank you, Crystal. Like I said, they've been working so hard on this, and I know it's going to be a great event. So if you, like I said, have any donations, know any sponsorships, if you have any connections at breweries, let us know. But we're very excited, even wineries, because we're looking to bring in wine or seltzer for those who don't necessarily drink beer. And then we'll, of course, have soda and all of that too. So it'll be a fun event, and mark your calendars, May 14th. All right. So we're having the Brewfest on Saturday, May 14th. However, mark your calendars. It's going to be a party weekend for St. Joseph's. We are going to be holding our first annual Root Beer Fest, formerly known as the Spring Sing, on Friday, May 13th. So we always have our spring sing. We thought this was a good opportunity. We're going to be renting a stage for the band for the Brew Fest. So the night before is going to be the Root Beer Fest, where our kids come out and perform as classes. We're going to do a spring open house so that all of the parents can walk through and see all of the beautiful work that the kids do in the second part of the school year. Probably going to have an art show with Mrs. Veely. She will be putting some artwork out, and then of course some root beer and root beer floats, and 7th grade maybe might have some food out there that they're going to start selling for the DC trip the next year. It's going to be a really fun night. So busy weekend for our St. Joseph families. Friday night Root Beer Fest for entire family. Saturday night Brew Fest 21 and older. So mark your calendars, more information to follow, but it should be a lot of fun. All right, my computer's going to wig out on me again. It just wants to jump ahead. Okay, coming up March 18th and 19th, we have our spring musical. So if you have not seen already, we are doing a compilation of the last 5 years of St. Joseph Performing Arts, taking pieces from all 5 shows that we have done. And Mrs. Cantrell has done a beautiful job along with Mrs. Knapp and Mrs. Tyler, putting these together and really finding beautiful spots to showcase our kids' talents. So we're very blessed that we were able to secure the Anaheim Center for the Performing Arts. It's basically the Servite Theater, and we'll be performing there on Friday night and then Saturday afternoon. Tickets went on for sale today. So there's a QR code right there for the ticket site. It'll also be in the newsletter. I'm going to get it on our website. It'll be out there. It's a nice, huge house, so we can see lots of people. It's not like the Yorba Linda one where we only had 250 seats. Servite, anyone who's been there, that theater fits about 1,000 people. So we have lots of room. However, we'd love to, since there's only 2 performances, we want to sell as many tickets as we can. Keep our performances alive and keep the program going. So please watch for share out ticket sales with all of your friends and family. It should be a fun night with lots of entertainment. All right, we do have SGS Tradition Stations of the Cross coming up. I wouldn't normally bring this up at a meeting, but I did want to point something out. Because we have such a crazy March, I'm sitting in on a WASC team for another school, so is Mrs. Cantrell. We've got the encore performance, the STEM lab. There's so much in the month of March that we had to move around some of the dates for the classes. So I just wanted to point this out so that you guys knew, and I'll put it in the Monday folder. But we're actually starting, we normally go 3rd through 8th grade numerically, but we're starting and switching a couple of them around. So the first week is 5th grade, then 6th grade, down to 3rd grade, 4th grade, and then we finish out with 7th and 8th grade. We will not be live streaming these this year. We're hoping that we have some shifts in workers over at the church, and we just want to make sure that this is a really prayerful time for everyone to be able to come into the church and really reflect on the Stations of the Cross with us. So they will be at 2 p.m. in the church on these Fridays, and actually a couple of them are Thursdays, but we really do invite you to come in and finish off your week each week during Lent with us, reflecting on the Passion of our Lord. All right, this is interesting. So how many of you guys have heard about Compost California or California Compost? I see a couple hands. So just wanted to let you guys know something that is going on that has affected us here at school. That's just going to change a little bit of the process of the way we do things. The state of California has put into place that we need to do composting, that we can't take our food waste anymore and just put it in the trash can. So this is something that Jerry Cates, our plant manager, has been working with. We've been working with a Boy Scout who's going to be doing some composting bins for us, making some composting bins as its Eagle Scout project. However, we do have to start kind of the compliance a little sooner than later. So I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. We're going to be working on getting recycling bins for all of the bottles that are out there, especially on the hot lunch days. There's a lot of water bottles that are out there. But the other thing is when this composting goes into effect, which we're working on the process of, we're going to have the students, and imagine doing this with preschoolers, TKs, kindergarten, all of their, separate their food from their packaging and put food waste in one and packaging in another. You can imagine how challenging this is going to be. This will, of course, be an educational process for us with the kids, and we will face it head on. But one of our solutions for right now, and I think that it works for a benefit in a lot of ways, we are actually going to be sending food, uneaten food, back home to you in the kids' lunch pails. So I really want to tell you about this because we want you guys to check your kids' lunch pails every night. It'll be a good opportunity for you guys to see what your kids eat and what they don't. I'll tell you right now, and my kids did it too, but they throw away a lot of food. You may think that they love that, you know, I don't know, peanut butter and pickle relish sandwich. My dad used to eat those, but there's a lot of things being thrown away. So we are going to, instead of throwing them away here, where all of our noon supervisors are going to be working on telling them to put them back in their lunch pail. So if you see a lot of trash, a lot of uneaten food in there, it's because we're telling them to take it home. So that way we don't have to compost it here. I apologize, you may have to compost it at home, but you know, we're all working together on this. It's something that my husband and I have been talking about how we're going to do at our house as well. So if you see all of these things coming home, please know this is where it's coming from. That's going to be our new policy on campus, is to send home what the kids don't eat. Will I have signage for the trash bin? Absolutely, yes. There will be a whole educational process that'll go with this. Our noon aides will be monitoring and making sure that the right things go into the right bins. It's going to be a big process for us to put this underway. But the very first step is going to be sending uneaten food back home. So especially Fridays, make sure and check those, you know, lunch bags when they come back home, because that's not what you want to see on Monday morning is food from Friday. So just fair warning for you guys. Any questions on composting? It's not something I ever thought I'd be talking about. Okay. Wanted to mention, we do have a preschool, TK, and kindergarten parent information night coming up. If you know anyone who's interested in early childhood education at St. Joseph's, even if they already came and did a tour, we're going to have all 3 teachers from those grade levels actually on the Zoom call to present about what they teach within their classrooms and within their curriculum, and then be there to answer questions for them. So just wanted to throw this out there. Watch for this graphic in the newsletters. Feel free to share it out on social media and tag us. And then this is actually listed on our website. When you click on it, it goes immediately to the Zoom link. So should be a nice night. All right, wanted to mention we have another exciting thing coming up in March. March is going to be crazy. We have our Parish Mission. So as a ministry of the mission, the school, we support and try and be a part of everything that they do. Father Tim Donovan is going to be coming and doing a 3-day parish mission on March 8th, 7th, 8th, and 9th at 7 p.m. This is going to make me very old right now. I realize this, but Father Donovan was one of my students when I taught confirmation when I was first married over at San Antonio Catholic Church. So he's a local boy who's very faith-filled, became a priest. He's now the chaplain over at Rancho Santa Margarita High School. And he works with a beautiful group of people to create the Faith and Family Collective. So they have this just really inspiring ministry where they really help families to keep the faith strong within the members. So this is going to be truly a very relatable parish mission for all of our families. I encourage you to go. March 7th, the first night, is going to be geared towards not only families, but also our younger people. So we're going to be encouraging our middle school students to go, and they may get some service hours if they do attend as well. So please, it's going to be live streamed also, but please set those days aside. You really will enjoy Father Tim. He's completely engaging and very relevant to our world these days. All right, I have to share about the Smart Lab because we're getting close. So we had our implementation meeting on last week and have our official dates. So the Smart Lab is going to be installed on March 21st through the 23rd, which is so exciting. The floor went in, of course, the day after open house, so not everybody got to see it, but it looks beautiful in the room. I put a picture in the newsletter. Hopefully you guys all got to see it. But I just wanted to share this. It's a 2-minute video. Hopefully we'll be able to hear it. I think the sound's going to come through. When I tested it, it worked well. But this is another school who has that Smart Lab, and they talk a little bit about what is happening in the lab and what the kids get to do. So we'll watch this really quickly.
There's no sound, Amanda.
Of course there isn't. Bummer. Okay. Well, we'll watch it a little bit and I'll narrate a little bit. So he had a great bow tie on. So you'll see that they're working on circuits. They are working on circuits, just to show you a couple of the things that they're working on. They're very excited about it. They've got, these are Lego sets that will be put together and then programmed using the computers that are in there. I'm so sorry this didn't work, what a bummer. So we've got our Lego sets. They were also working on circuits. They're creating lines that these little robots will actually follow, and the different lines and what color they are and what texture they are will affect how quickly they go. So it's coding. But the gentleman right there with the wonderful bow tie is talking about how innovative this is, and it creates thinkers in our students, and it just takes them to that next level of putting engineering and technology and math and all of these two things together. So I'm so excited to be able to bring this to our school. I think it's going to be an incredible, can you guys even see the video on there? You can. Okay, good. It's going to be incredible for our school, and I can't wait for all of you to get to experience it. So sorry that sound didn't come through. I'll go ahead and email out the video link to everybody so that you guys can watch it on your own time. But yay, Smart Lab going in on the 21st. We do have Bishop Band coming to Mass at 10 a.m. on Sunday the 27th. And then he's coming over to the school afterward to actually bless the lab, which will be wonderful. All right, questions on the Smart Lab? All right, we're also getting a Padcaster, which is going to enable our students to do a lot of broadcasting items, which we're hoping to add an element to our newsletter. I think one thing that's missing from our weekly newsletter is just that ability for students to put their touch on it. Jennifer Preston asked who will run it. James Weiss, our science teacher, when he was hired, we actually told him that this was part of his job. So he will actually be learning all of the curriculum. The curriculum comes with the lab, and he will be implementing that, as well as the opportunity for all of these other teachers to go in there as well. All right. So just some upcoming dates for you all to remember. Just wanted to let you know, make sure and check facts and keep on top of it. Reach out to teachers if you have questions on your students' grades, because the end of the trimester 2 is March 4th. Going through the calendar so that you can go through and check everything off. Donuts with Dads is March 18th. Easter break is going to be from April 15th to the 22nd. This is probably one of the latest Easters we've had in a while. So it'll be nice once it gets here, but as soon as we get back from that break, we're going to be off to the races to the end of the school year. We do have May crowning, which also includes our Living Rosary on Wednesday, May 11th. Then we have Muffins with Mom the morning of Friday, March 13th. That's going to be a busy day because that's also the day of the Root Brew Fest. 8th grade graduation is going to be actually on a Saturday this year. It conflicted with too many other high school graduations and siblings graduating. So we're having it Saturday, June 4th at 6 p.m. And then the very wonderful Moving Up Mass will be on Monday, June 6th. And that's actually the last day of school for preschool TK and K, because the next day is kindergarten graduation, which is Tuesday, June 7th. And then finally, the last day of school is Thursday, June 9th. So just wanted to give you guys a general rundown for the end of the school year. And just so that we round it out and we're looking forward to it, the first day of school is Monday, August 22nd. I know lots of people are looking to plan vacations and want to know exactly when we're coming back. So that is the first day of school for the next school year. We're working, believe it or not, on calendars now. I already have my 2022-23 calendar. It's amazing how quickly you start planning, but we don't know the last day of school yet, but we at least know the first day of school. And my computer is wigging out again. Okay, so I'm going to invite Kelly Valenzuela and Dina if she wanted to jump in to talk about parent-teacher group.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kelly Valenzuela. I have a 7th and 8th grader at St. Joseph's. Parent-teacher group is a very loose group of parents. There are no obligations. It is just people who want to make our community better. We have started some really fun events at our school, like trunk or treat and the tree lighting, and we kind of take point on Teacher Appreciation Week, and we do a lot of different things for the community at St. Joseph's. And part of that costs money. Like, we like these events to be free for those who attend. So we have 2 fundraisers throughout the year. The first one was in the fall, and the one that we have coming up is our Seas Candy fundraiser, which is going to be in March. So look for information in your Monday folders. But if everybody could contribute just a little bit, like just buy some candy for somebody in your life who loves chocolate. And if you don't know anybody, I do. But if you can contribute, everybody's little contributions add up, and this definitely supports our school and our community, and anything that isn't used directly for that gets dumped into the school's budget at the end of the year. So please contribute. And our next meeting for parent teacher group is on Thursday, March 10th at 7 p.m. at Dina's house. And it is generally a very fun collective event. Everybody is welcome because you are a parent at our school. And we could talk about different community events that you would like to see if you have any ideas. Otherwise, we will be planning Teacher Appreciation Week for our teachers this year. So hopefully we will see you there. And Dina, if you want to chime in, go for it.
I think you might have covered it, Kelly. What I'll do is I'll send out a separate email with Dina's information once I get her blessing on her address and all of that, and we'll send out a reminder so that everyone remembers that fun evening. And Dina's an amazing host, and Kelly and Dina have just done wonderful things with parent teacher groups, so we're excited to see it continue. The teachers really, really, really appreciate the support, and it means the world to them. So thank you for all you do. All right, script update, Stephanie Ramirez. She wasn't.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
She is there. Okay, I was gonna say she wasn't sure if she could be on.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to let you guys know, if you guys need to know where you are at on your script, just email me. You could also do it on your account. I could walk you through that. If you email me, I'll give you the instructions. Please continue to purchase script. If you guys have questions or concerns of how to do it or how to make it easier, I know a lot of people are still kind of afraid and not used to using it, but please reach out to me. I am more than willing to help. So that's all I have. And we do have a lot on hand. So anytime you guys need it, let us know. We could pull it for you and put it in Carline. You could pay online, and then we could also give it to you in Carline.
They've done a great job making sure it's very accessible this year. And you know, Pam will always help you out with it in the office as well. So work on that commitment. I was talking to Mr. Costello today, and he said that he just figured out that he's already made his script commitment and he's working on paying off that last month of June tuition. So it's doable. It's awesome. It's just a matter of getting it all coordinated. So yeah. I think we're almost to the end. I did want to mention today, congratulations to our boys A basketball team who won their first playoff game today. Yay! So they're advancing to the next round this coming Thursday down at Mission. So make sure and say a prayer for them and cheer them on. But other than that, I'm done with all I have to present. If anybody has any questions, we're just going to kind of leave it up to anyone who needs any more information on what we presented tonight. Where are the QR codes for Brewfest Encore tickets? I will make sure that those go out. They will be, I'll send them out directly, but then I'll also have them on our website. I'll put them on social media. I just created them today, so they will go out everywhere.
And they should be on our flyers too.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. Muffins with Mom is May 13th, not March 13th. Let me double check. Yes, that is correct. May 13th. Diana Laughlin says they won 40-32, so they were awesome. Great job, boys.
Thanks.
All right. Well, if anyone has any questions directly for me, please know that my door is always open. You're welcome to call, email, anything like that. We're just happy that we have so much exciting things coming for our community. We're looking forward to getting together, socializing, enjoying each other, and just really doing all that we do in the name of our Lord, because that's definitely what it's all about. We have, oh, it says Father has a question. Father Miguel, you have a question?
I do not have a question, but I just have a comment.
Okay.
It's about the STEM lab.
Oh, great.
My understanding is that we're going to be one of probably 0 elementary schools, Catholic schools, that have a STEM lab. And that is something that needs to be reminded to our parents and friends. That is a wonderful gift, and we can't be so grateful enough that we're going to having this gift for our students. So we need to talk about this, that we are going to be the only school that has this. And this is a wonderful gift. So people need to know about this. We are the only ones that have it. Come here.
Love it. Yes, absolutely. I can't wait until all of you guys, maybe we'll do an open house even sooner than that. Once we get everything going, Mr. Weiss is gonna have to get his footing with curriculum and all of that. There's a week-long training that comes with it, but it's gonna be extremely, extremely exciting. All right, everybody. Well, thank you again. Oh, that's last year's logo. We're just gonna keep it on the questions there, but you know what? Nothing is impossible with God, so it still applies. But thank you all for coming tonight. We're so appreciative of everything you do, your support, making this a great community. But we're looking forward to all these events at the end of the school year. But thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, Miss Aubrey and Mr. Knox. Hi.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, everyone, have a great night.